Hi, I'm Jonathan Tilt, Freedom Alliance candidate in the Batley Spen by-election next Thursday, just 6 days away. I'm the only candidate that's standing firmly on an anti-lockdown and pro-medical choice platform. We're the only party that is campaigning against lockdown restrictions coming back in September. And if you don't want lockdown restrictions to come back and you are a supporter of medical freedom, then please do vote for me next Thursday. Today, though, I'm here outside the Wheelwright campus of the what used to be the Batley School of Art and Design to talk about some issues that are more specifically relevant to Batley. We're about 50 yards outside the constituency here, though, but this building is very much part of Batley's history. It was part of Batley School of Art, it was part of Dewsbury and Batley Technical and Arts College, and it was a centre of excellence. As an art college, this was a place that people came from throughout Yorkshire and further afield, southern England and Scotland, to study primarily foundation courses before going on to a full arts degree at another university. But it had a number of arts degrees of its own, photography, fine art, and a number of other specialities. It was, an absolutely excellent school that had a national reputation, that people travelled from far to be students here and were proud to be students here. And it was in Batley and Dewsbury. As you can see, it's no longer there. It's no longer functioning. The building's there. I'm sure it'll probably get sold off at some point. And the only people benefiting from its presence at the minute are the security company that are obviously doing a good job of guarding it, and the wildlife that's overrun what were once fairly impressive grounds. And this is symptomatic of what goes on throughout small towns, throughout northern England and the Midlands, and probably further afield as well, where anything that's good, anything that's successful, anything that's excellent, anything that, in the private sector, anything that generates a little bit of money, gets sucked into the city centres. Ultimately gets sucked into London, but gets sucked into the city centres. The activity from here has all essentially gone to Huddersfield. It's gone to the University of Huddersfield and Kirklees College in the centre of Huddersfield. So instead of people studying and travelling and living in Batley, they now do that in Huddersfield. Not that there's anything wrong with Huddersfield, but it's the whole process of everything being transferred away from small towns towards larger city centres, Huddersfield, Manchester, Leeds, and ultimately London. And this is part of the problem with the small towns, and it's not resolved by the Conservatives' Better Towns Fund, or whatever it's called, that Dewsbury is about to get £24 million from. Printing money and throwing it at town centres in short-term initiatives isn't going to sort anything out. The bulk of that money will probably be taken up in pointless administrative salaries by Kirklees Council, and in 5-10 years' time you'll never know it was spent. What we need is a parity of esteem between small towns and the large city centres, so both are on an equal footing. And the fundamental key to that for me is local democracy, local decision making, pushing government back down to a local level, pushing it back into these town halls. So these town councils aren't just consultative bodies, they're places where local people actually make local decisions for their localities. Freedom Alliance as a party, we're primarily anti-lockdown, but we see lockdown as something that's been imposed on the country by big government, big banks and big businesses that have done very well at the expense of small businesses. And we want to push everything back into the localities. We want small government, we want small local councils, and we want small colleges that can thrive and compete with bigger colleges.